the United States Capitol switchboard. Please say the name of the senator or representative that you are trying to reach.
Marsha Blackburn.
Connecting you to the office of Senator
Marsha Blackburn.
Dialing.
Good afternoon. Thank you for calling Senator Blackburn's office. How may I help you?
Hey, my name is Elizabeth Houston. I'm a resident in Tennessee, and I'm calling because I saw a video saying that Marsha Blackburn and some others are voting on a bill today that was going to cut TennCare, because I received TennCare, and I was wondering, does this bill take money away from the TennCare, the Medicaid program?
I'm not exactly sure, what all the different provisions are, but I am certainly happy to let her know if you would not like it to do so. I can definitely relay that message to her.
Well, no, I don't want you. It's fine. Like, you don't have to relay it if it's not going to do that. It's not a problem. So I just wanted to call and ask and see, because there's a lot of confusing information out there.
Well, I can certainly look into it and try to get back to you.
Hello?
Hello, Miss Hughes.
Yes.
Yes, this is Chris Coffey from Senator Marsha Blackburn's office. I think we just spoke a few minutes ago.
Yes, hey.
Okay, so I got in touch with our kind of policy person on healthcare, because of course these are very complicated issues. But your question was if the Budget Reconciliation Act was going to reduce funding for Medicaid, right?
Yes.
Okay, and so what she told me is that the bill that's currently coming out of the House, and of course these things change all the time, but it does reduce the funding available for the entire Medicaid program by a significant chunk, about $800 billion over the next 10 years. So that definitely looks scary on paper, but she wanted to emphasize to me that, of course, we're well aware that something like over 1 million Tennesseans are reliant on Medicaid, and we're very sensitive to that. And so the effort moving forward is going to be to find a way, we want to reduce the amount of money that's going into these things, because there seems like there is, some waste or some inefficient spending, things like that. And so the goal is to find a way to make the dollars that is still going to Medicaid have the most impact, and so to not really cut the most efficacious programs or the programs that people are most reliant on, but just to try to make it a little leaner, a little more efficient.
Wait, I'm
so
sorry.
That's what she told me.
You said 1 million people in Tennessee would be impacted?
Well, hopefully not. There are 1 million people in Tennessee who do use Medicaid in some way, but it wouldn't be 1 million people net lose their access to Medicaid. They would still have it. And so what I'm trying to say is that there is a reduction in the funding, but that we're trying to structure that in such a way that reducing the number of dollars that are going into the program entirely does not end up making people's care worse, or doesn't make people lose access to care. So that is the hope. I hope not. I hope that doesn't happen. Do you know how many people would lose it, though, and if we know we're going to be the ones who lose our Medicaid? We do not really know that yet. Unfortunately, these things are just very sort of complicated, and it's not, the legal language doesn't just say, okay, we're cutting Medicaid from this number of people. There's a lot of different formulas involved. And so our team is kind of working around the clock to try to hash that out and try to figure out, exactly what the impact would be. But again, they just wanted me to emphasize that they definitely understand and know that there are a lot of folks who use it, and we don't want them to be left hanging high and dry. And I don't think they will be.
Is there any way that y'all are able to do the calculations and figure it out before you pass the bill?
Yes, I'm sure they are. They're working on that right now. And
okay, so the House hasn't passed it yet.
Correct.
Okay, so they introduced the bill before they figured out the calculations, and now they're going to figure out the calculations.
Yeah, and I'm not really part of those processes, so I don't know. It may be that, some offices that are introducing it, maybe they've got a lot of that figured out, but then we're still trying to figure out the implications for, our state and our programs and how all of that will work. And of course, like I said, there are still a lot of amendments and negotiations and things that'll go into it before the final product.
Well, shoot, I thank you so much for calling me back, because I wasn't sure if I was going to get a call back. So thank you so much for just sharing the information directly. And I guess I'll keep a lookout and keep an eye on my mail and everything. But thank you so much. I hope they it would be great if they could have people go to DC who are able to figure these things out, because my God, it's so much. But thank you so much.
Okay, well, I'm glad. Thank you for saying that. I appreciate that. And like I said, best of luck, and we will do everything we can to make sure that people who need it don't lose it.
Thank you so much.
All right. Have a great day.
You too. I mean, you heard it from them directly. That was from Republican Congresswoman Marsha Blackburn's office, that they are cutting about $880 billion from Medicaid. Not only are they cutting it, they haven't even calculated the impact, who will be hurt, how it plays out. They are passing this into law before they have all of the information. If you don't believe me, call. You can call the number yourself. Call your Republican congressperson. If you're one of those naysayers who says, no, all the Democrats are lying, that was a Republican right there. And again, if you don't believe me, call the number and ask. Record it. Prove me wrong. I would love for you to prove me wrong, because I don't want millions of people to lose their Medicaid. You heard right there, 1 million people in Tennessee has their Medicaid at risk, potentially, from this.